nothing to measure, all for pleasure, naturally given for passion so driven. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We waited all week until Friday is here.
It's Friday. Let's vibe into the weekend. My name is BlueLee. I'm a musician. Welcome to my Freestyle Friday Podcast, the podcast for mind and soul to empower self-love in connection with music. Happy New Year! This is the first episode of 2023. Welcome. I wish you the best for this year and that your dreams become reality, that you feel fulfilled within yourself, and that you can live a happy, healthy, and successful life. This podcast episode, the start of 2023, is about how triggers make you bigger. And after this podcast episode, you know more about the cause of a trigger, the effect, and actually how we can heal it, so that we can be or see triggers as our friends and use them to our advantages instead of being mad about our triggers or thinking about why does this trigger me and it's coming back again and now I feel it again, or judge about it or see it in any kind of negative way. No, this episode is about seeing triggers in another light and how we can heal it. So before we get started, please subscribe to not miss any further episode. This year I have special guests in my podcast for an interview that we can hear about their journey, their musical journey, but also their life story, to learn from each other, to empower each other for more self-love and self-love empowerment in connection with music. And you see some episodes like that one, which I talk about a certain topic. Please let me know in the comments below if you have a topic you feel I should address here in the next podcast or in future podcast series, topics you would like to know or hear more about it. And if you are an artist or a musician and you would like to be in my podcast for an interview and create music together, please hit me up. So let's get started about how triggers can make you bigger. So the first reaction is probably, I don't know about you, but for me it is when you are triggered by something, it kind of is annoying. It's mostly emotions we don't like to feel so much. It can be anger, it can be fear, it can be, all emotions which are not necessarily so positive. It's kind of triggering emotions which we don't really like to feel. So that's automatically how we mostly don't like triggers. So because of experiencing that myself, I was thinking on a deeper level, what is really the cause of a trigger? So I told you after this episode, I want you to better understand the cause, the effect, and how we can heal it, that we can use triggers to our advantage to grow. So in regards to the cause, a trigger is something, an emotion, what makes us feel a certain way. And everything what makes us feel a certain way has somewhere a cause. So where is this cause coming from? So for me, actually, a trigger shows you nothing else or is nothing else than a message through emotions to look at a certain topic which maybe happened in your life. Probably it did, otherwise you wouldn't be triggered. And look on a deeper level and allow it to deep dive again in this time or this event to be healed. The trigger actually doesn't want something bad for you. It wants to show you, hey, there is something I would like to tell you. Please let me be heard. Let me be seen. I need your attention. So every cause has an effect, and that's basically the trigger. So there was a cause where something happened in your life, you made certain experiences, you felt certain emotions which you probably didn't like so much, or they were maybe painful or fearful, or like emotions you probably didn't like so much, like fear or anger. And these emotions in a certain past experience were the cause, where the effect is now the trigger, which want to show you, hey, there is something to be healed. So how trigger can make you bigger is that you think about when you are triggered in a certain situation. So maybe we can make an example, it's easier. So I really do that freestyle. I wasn't thinking about that before. So let's say someone is jealous. A person feels often jealousy, and this person feels like jealous when someone else tells the person, yeah, I was able to accomplish that, and I created that by myself, and I grew within my own project with this and that. And the other person feels jealousy. The other person doesn't feel inspired, no, it's jealousy. So then the person can either feel jealousy and jealousy and jealousy, and always will be triggered by jealousy in the future when other people tell them stories what they accomplished, and you take that in the future and again, so it will always stay your trigger. Or you can look at it, okay, jealousy is a message which I get through this story from whoever, because it's not gonna be the person which faces you that makes you jealous. There is always another reason. I don't know your story. I'm not saying that the opposite person did everything right to you. Maybe there was a story with someone which really made you jealous because you were treated nice. That's absolutely all possible. That's not what I'm saying. We all experience different stories. But even if someone hurt you and it was the other person's fault to make you jealous, in the future you automatically gonna attract this again in the outside. Even maybe another person not even wanna make you jealous, but would like to inspire you with their story. When you allow yourself to look at it, okay, why do I consistently feel, when people maybe even talk about their life, that I feel jealousy? Then you could go to the cause. Where did I feel jealousy the first time in my life, for example, or the strongest in my life? That's like the cause. And then you go, like, from this cause, the effect is the trigger that you always feel jealousy, but that's not what you want, And as long you fight against it or you ignore it, it will just always come back and always come back and always come back to show, I just want to be heard, I want to be seen, because there happened something in your life where you were hurt, where you maybe felt fear or pain, and this effect, the trigger, wants to bring you back to these situations to heal yourself. So to the third, the healing, how can we do that? I can share with you what I do and what really helps me. I meditate, or I do EFT, emotional freedom techniques. In a meditation, you can really connect yourself within yourself and ask yourself the question, I take now jealousy because that was the example in this podcast. Where did I feel that the first time? Where did I experience that when it really hurt me? Or when I felt this, for me, negative emotions? And then you go back in this situation in your meditation. You can also call that inner child work when it happened in your childhood or like a longer time in your past. You can give it another name. For me, it doesn't really matter what kind of name we give. It's more to understand how we can heal triggers and feel better and feel more connected with ourselves, because we're here to empower self-love. So in this meditation, you can go in this moment and you can give yourself in that moment, with your knowledge and your experience from today, what you would have needed back then. I make maybe an example. Let's say someone was cheated by someone else in a relationship. It maybe, hurts. And I'm also not saying that you don't necessarily need external help, because it depends your situation, what you need. And I don't know your exact story. So I tell this to people, they feel healthy but are struggling with triggers. When you feel like you need help in regards to your mental situation and so on, I always recommend that, because we all need it sometimes in our lives, and these therapists and people are here to help us. And I speak out of own experience with kinesiology, with also physical therapy, but also other therapies I did, that breathing therapies and so on, that I really appreciate the help from these people in certain situations. But I try here my best to help you. What can you do within yourself at home to feel better and heal yourself, really, for more inner peace? So you can meditate, go in this moment, and let's say we have the example from before. You let that pain be there of how you felt when maybe even someone else did something to you, like a cheating. And in this moment, you come as the person right now with all your experience and knowledge you have. And maybe you just need a hug in that moment. You need some words to empower yourself. Like, look, that the other person cheats actually has nothing to do with your value or with your worth. That's something within the other person, that they did that decision and has nothing to do with you. Probably the other person was even hurt, and hurt people. That's not an excuse, but that's exactly why I'm doing this here. When we not start to heal ourselves, that's when we are also starting to hurt others and ourselves. And I really wish a world where we can improve that for a more peaceful with each other and within ourselves. And everything starts within yourself, so you can go in that moment, give yourself in these moments what you really would have needed: a hug, words which empower you that you're valuable, that you are loved, that you're secure, and that actions of others have nothing to do with you but with themselves. It's probably not enough to go just once in that situation and then you feel healed forever. But I feel is our responsibility to listen to these triggers and go into these moments as many times as we need it, and give ourselves the love we actually needed back then to heal. And for sure, another step is to also forgive others, because when we don't forgive, we carry it with us. And when we carry it with us means we don't feel well within ourselves, but we also attract that from the outside or give it to the outside, because hurt people. And when we also learn, in addition, that forgiving is actually an invitation to also heal ourselves and to let go from the past and create our own future instead of carrying the past consistently with us. Because when we are mad at the person, like there is a quote, but I don't know from who it is. If you're not forgiving, or it's very similar like that, but if you're not forgiving, it's like drinking something toxic in the hope that somebody else dies. And somehow I feel, these are our egos, our hurt inner child, if you want, like that, which feel hurt. But that's exactly where we need to look at, you feel me? Because when you start to look at these honestly and real how it is, instead of pushing it away and always attracting the past again because we never looked at it, but then we can decide to look at it, go in it, and because we allow it to be there and give ourselves what we need, what we would have needed, that's how we can actually let it go and how we can heal it and create a future which we truly want without attracting things we experienced in the past and we do not want to experience. I hope this episode was able to help you to better understand how triggers can make you bigger, about the cause of triggers, about the effect of triggers, and the healing of triggers. And the Freestyle Friday wisdom of today is: a trigger is the effect of a cause as an invitation to heal. I say it again. A trigger is an effect of a cause as an invitation to heal. And I would like to invite all of you to experience healing within yourself, for more self-love and peace within yourself. And as I said, everything starts within yourself. When you experience that in yourself, the love you attracted in the outside. And we all have a more peaceful world. So now you can listen to my Freestyle Friday, to this episode. I wish you a happy weekend and much love. Mwah. BlueLee, it's me. I'm tired.
Easy music.
I'm tired of always trying so hard. I'm tired of trying to get far. I'm tired of trying to be right. Life is happening while you're busy planning. I'm tired of trying to fight. I'm tired of trying to be hype. I'm tired of trying to be alright. Life is happening while you're busy planning. I'm tired to fight fear, trying to control the wheel, push everything to steer, just to disappear, not allowing life to be. Plan everything through while life is happening to you. Stuck in the future or the past, during the moment only last. Now that's what we truly have, so let's celebrate the blast. My thoughts make me lost like frost. Emotions feel like a wave in the ocean. In a storm, choose your form like water, go with the flow. It makes you grow even when we low. We can't go slow, fall like snow. Be kind to find, sometimes the sun shines, but when it gets dark, we have to park. Get out to stop our doubt, choose to ride bow. Allow to feel it all without a fall. Allow our soul to roll with no restrictions, no predictions. We win or we learn, anyway we earn. Release me from my pain, release me from my pain. Take my strength, release me from my pain, release me from my pain. all this bad new shit screws. He can't move his legs, lying in bed, still positive, because it's love that heals. From the curse she could be ash, garden angel flesh. Next door, she doesn't eat no more, so sore deep from the core. But you're not alone, even if it's heavy like a stone. We have to find the cause, stop the punishment until the last. This converts to frost, that's a cost. Hurt people before we get lost. We must heal ourselves to evolve and resolve. Release our pain from the strain. Release our pain from the strain. Resolve, evolve, and release our pain from the strain. Release me from my pain. Release me from my pain. Take my strain. Release me from my pain. Release me from my pain. Take my strain.